Welcome back, class. So far we have studied about the different applications of the diodes. Like if you have a simple diode, anode and cathode, and we have used it in different applications. So far we have learned about the half wave rectifier, full wave rectifier. Then we have learned and studied about the clipping operation using diode, clamping operation using diode and a capacitor. And we have also learned about the voltage multipliers. So now we are going to study another kind of diode. So this is the conventional or the traditional diode. So now we are going to study about another kind of diode, which is actually Zener diode. So the shape of the Zener diode is a bit different from the conventional diodes. Usually the Zener diodes is drawn like this, like we have a triangular here, and instead, like the conventional diodes, we just draw a straight line here. So here we usually draw a curved line. For example, this line is coming here and then it's going towards the opposite side. Like this one. So usually we have a curved line here, curved line. So this is called Zener diode. So it could be this side, or it could be like this side. So just to make it different from the conventional diode. So this chapter we are going to study about this diode, Zener diode, that what is exactly Zener diode and what are its different applications. So the important difference between the conventional diode and Zener diodes is the reverse bias operation. We know that for a normal diodes, so the IV characteristics curve look like this one. Like this was our voltage and this was our current. So this region is the forward bias region. For this diode. So this region is also the same for the Zener diode. For the both cases, when the diode is operating in forward bias operation, like positive is here and negative is here, their characteristics are same. For the forward bias, both are same. For the reverse bias, we know that like if you connect negative here and positive here, like this region, this is the reverse bias. So once we operate the breakdown voltage level, in the conventional diodes, our current value become very small. So almost no current flows, or we represent with an open circuit here. However, in the Zener diode, what is actually happening? Let's say this is the breakdown voltage. Once we reach at the breakdown voltage level, or like the applied input voltage is greater than the breakdown voltage of the diode, it will start conducting current. Due to its internal characteristics. So basically from here, for the ideal diodes, we know that the current level become very small, around like 10 to the power minus 14, minus 10 to the power minus 14 ampere, very small. So for the Zener diodes, from this level, it will start conducting current like in forward bias. So the value could be different, or the value could be different. And the voltage drop across the terminal of the diode will remain same. Almost remain same. So when the reverse bias voltage cross the Zener diode levels, then we get almost a constant voltage drop across the terminal of the diode. So most of the time we use Zener diodes in the reverse biased operation. We can use them in forward biased, but their major applications are for their operation in the reverse biased. Now let's see more details about. So this chapter is focusing on the Zener diodes. So as I said earlier, so the diodes which is actually works in breakdown region are called the Zener diodes. So basically what is actually happening here? So for example, this is my diode. And So basically when we supply the negative and positive in this configuration, it becomes the reverse biased operation. So in the reverse biased operation, usually the conventional diodes, they are usually destroyed after the breakdown voltage. Okay, but the Zener diodes, it will not destroy it. Okay, as long as the current does not exceed a maximum value. Okay, so basically it will start conducting current in the reverse biased operation. Okay, from here. Okay, so if this current level remains within a region, within a limit, okay, this will not destroy it, and we get a constant voltage drop across the diode. So basically what is actually happening here, when the external voltage is supplied, okay, so basically the thermally generated carrier falls down the junction, and they acquire additional energy due to the applied potential. Okay, so once they acquire the additional energy, okay, so we have the n-type and p-type materials, okay, and we have majority and minority carriers, so they will be colliding with each other, and it will break down the covalent bond. So once the breakdown of the covalent bond happens, so then we will get the new electron and hole pairs. Okay, so due to the generation of these new electron and hole pairs, okay, the current will start flowing, okay, in these inner diodes. So this thing is actually called as impact ionization or avalanche multiplication or avalanche breakdown. So Zener breakdown, so this breakdown is also referred as the Zener breakdown, the avalanche breakdown, or the avalanche multiplication. So another factor is, again, due to the sufficient strong electric field which are actually supplying across the junction, okay, the external voltage which we are supplying, it will generate the electrical field, and that will actually break the covalent bond. Okay, and due to the breakage of the covalent bond, we will get the electron hole pairs, and due to them the current will be start flowing. Now the question is that at which reverse voltage, okay, Zener diode characteristics of the avalanche breakdown will happen. So that will actually depend on doping of the diode, that how you are doping your material, okay, to get the extrinsic semiconductor material. Okay, so if you are heavily doped diode, okay, it will have low Zener breakdown voltage, and if you have light doped diode, it will have higher Zener breakdown voltage. Okay, low means, for example, after 5 volt, okay, we will get the constant voltage drop. High means maybe after like 10 volt or 50 volt, we will get the constant voltage drop. So basic operation is, as I have explained in the last class about the basic operation. So for example, this diodes in reverse bias operation, reverse bias mode. Okay, this is Zener diodes. So if you increase the supply current here, okay, so for example, let's say this Zener diode breakdown voltage is 10 volt. So once this input voltage level becomes greater than 10 volt, okay, so when the Vn is greater than 10 volt, okay, so at that time we will reach the Zener breakdown or avalanche breakdown level, and after that we will get a constant voltage drop. So before that, okay, this diode will be actually open circuit, okay, so the voltage drop here, the output voltage, it will be equal to the input voltage, okay, until input voltage is less than the avalanche breakdown voltage, for example 10 volt here. So in that case, output voltage, whatever input, for example 2 volt, you will get the 2 volt at the output. So once it cross the breakdown voltage level, and after that we will get a constant voltage drop here. Okay, so basically this is the very common application of the diodes, that you are getting a stable 10 volt here. So we use the diodes for the various applications such as the voltage regulations, and like the stabilized output if you want to supply to your load. Okay, so we use the Zener diodes for those applications. So as I was explaining earlier on, okay, so the Zener diode operation is actually happening after the breakdown voltage, or the Zener breakdown voltage, we refer at Vz. Okay, so this is the reverse breakdown region, okay, and this is the actual operating region, okay, this region is the operating region of the Zener diode. So once we cross this level, after that the current will start flowing, okay, and we'll get a constant output voltage drop across the diode. So in the forward bias region, it is operating as normal, as like normal diode. So there are some important parameters here which we have to briefly see. So after this level, we get almost near constant voltage, okay, across the terminal. So this is called diode zone, normal zone, or forward bias zone. This is called reverse bias zone or Zener zone. So if you are like in this region, so diodes is just operating as a normal reverse open circuit, and whatever you are supplying, you will get that. Okay, and once we cross this Zener breakdown voltage level, then we will get the constant voltage. So here, so basically the constant voltage value is depending on the current. Okay, so we can define 3 points here. So this is the lowest point of the current. Okay, so this is called Zener knee current or IZK, Zener knee current, and this could be the maximum value. Okay, this is called Zener maximum current value, and this is called Zener test current. Okay, so basically between this point, the average value, okay, around this point we will get the constant voltage. So even after that, if we increase the voltage further, for example, let's say the Zener breakdown voltage is minus 10 volts. So even if we increase minus 50 volt, okay, the voltage level, now with the increase in minus 50 volt, the only change will be in the flowing current. The only change will be in the Zener current. Okay, the voltage drop will remain almost constant here. Okay, so this is actually the minimum and the maximum range of the current operation. So this is the minimum point, and this is the maximum point, and this region is actually called as the Zener zone for the Zener diode. And before we are reaching to the Zener breakdown voltage, so you can notice that a very small current is flowing here. Okay, and as soon as we cross that, the current value is increasing. Okay, and this VZ voltage, it will remain almost constant. So if we write the voltage value corresponding to this knee current, so we call this VZK knee voltage, and corresponding to this current, this is called maximum voltage. Okay, so what we can learn from here. Okay, so for the knee current value, there could be a one Zener voltage value. For the maximum current, there could be another Zener voltage value. So basically, if you are changing your voltage, okay, in between this range, okay, from then you will get a constant voltage. Okay, after that, again, if you cross like the maximum current limit, okay, this if the current values is crossing this limit, okay, then the breakdown of the Zener diode will happen. Okay, so like if you have increased the voltage beyond the limit that the flowing current has become very large, okay, then the Zener diode will break down, and after that you will not get a constant voltage level. Okay, so if we make the equivalent circuit, so as I am saying again and again, okay, in the reverse biased operation, we can actually replace this with a constant battery. Okay, because we will get a constant voltage drop here. So we can replace them with a constant voltage battery. For example, if the Zener breakdown voltage is 10 volt, so I can replace this with a 10 volt here. Okay, just a constant voltage drop. Okay, and if we talk about the waveform characteristics, okay, this is the ideal Zener diode. Okay, but in the practical diodes, okay, there will be a small Zener resistance, series resistance. Okay, we call this ZZ or Zener resistance. Okay, for the practical diodes, for the practical. Okay, so now the total voltage drop, the VZ, it will be the constant voltage drop plus the variation due to the internal resistance, this resistance. Okay, so for example, here we are getting constant supply of 10 volt, and the current IZ is flowing here. Okay, so due to this current and this to this resistance, there will be a voltage drop here, which will be called VZC. So the total voltage drop will be constant plus the drop here, and this drop will be depending on the flowing current. Okay, So we can calculate actually this ZC value from the IV characteristics curve. Okay, that the rate of change of the voltage from the test point, this was your test point, this was your maximum point. So the rate of change of voltage, okay, delta Vz divided by the rate of change of the current, and how the current is changing. So this ratio can give us the ZC value. Okay, and using this value we can actually make the electrical circuit. And this is one example. We will solve this example during the live session. Okay. For the application, as I explained earlier, one application is regulation. With constant voltage, we can regulate the output voltage. Okay, so we will discuss this again during the live session. Okay, with the practical actual circuit. Okay, and this is the same thing explaining example. We will solve it during the live session. We can also use them for the as a clipping operations. Okay, for example, here if we have the positive circle, okay, it will be forward bias. So whatever output you are supplying, we will get that. And once we reach a certain level, and like the Vz, after that we will get a constant level. Okay, so that will be the different for the simple diodes and the Zener diode operation here. So basically, if we see the simple circuit of the Zener diodes, okay, for example here, so we have an input supply, we have a Zener diodes, and we have a load resistance here. Okay. So we know that the internal voltage drop here is actually depending on the Zener resistance also. Okay, so basically the operation of the Zener diode, it will be depending on that what is input supply, what is the values of the load resistance, and how much current is flowing. So basically it will be depending on these three factors. So based on these three factors, we can actually calculate the different applications, different regions, different operating modes of the Zener diodes. So I will briefly discuss these modes in the live session. Thank you very much for your time here. See you in the live session.